Good morning, good morning. Thank you, please. Thank you. Good to see this cabinet and the staff together here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to see you all, particularly good to see my granddaughter sitting in the front row here. Hi, Finn. How are you, honey? For over 200 years, America has carried on the greatest experiment in self-government in the history of the world. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. We're the people. The people vote and choose their own leaders, and they do it peacefully. And we're in a democracy. The will of the people always prevails. Yesterday, I spoke with President-elect Trump to congratulate him on his victory. And I assured him that I'd direct my entire administration to work with his team to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition. That's what the American people deserve. Yesterday, I also spoke with Vice President Harris. She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much, her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart and effort, and she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran. You know, the struggle for the soul of America, since our very founding, has always been an ongoing debate and still vital today. I know for some people, it's a time for victory, to state the obvious. For others, it's a time of loss. Campaigns are contests of competing visions. The country chooses one or the other. We accept the choice the country made. I've said many times, you can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose. I also hope we can restore the respect for all our election workers who busted their necks and took risks at the outset. We should thank them. Thank them for staffing voting sites, counting the votes, and protecting the very integrity of the election. Many of them are volunteers who do it simply out of love for their country. And as they did their duty as citizens, I will do my duty as president. I'll fulfill my oath, and I will honor the Constitution. On January 20th, we'll have a peaceful transfer of power here in America. To all our incredible staff, supporters, cabinet members, all the people who've been hanging out with me for the last 4 years, God love you, as my mother would say. Thank you so much. You put so much into the past 4 years. I know it's a difficult time. You're hurting. I hear you and I see you. But don't forget all that we accomplished. It's been a historic presidency. Not because I'm president, because what we've done, what you've done. A presidency for all Americans. Much of the work we've done is already being felt by the American people, but the vast majority of it will not be felt over the next 10 years. We have legislation we passed that's just only now just really kicking in. We're going to see over $1 trillion worth of infrastructure work done, changing people's lives in rural communities and communities that are in real difficulty because it takes time to get it done. And so much more it's going to take time, but it's there. The road ahead is clear, assuming we sustain it. There's so much we can get done. and will get done based on the way the legislation was passed. And it's truly historic. You know, we're leaving behind the strongest economy in the world. I know people are still hurting, but things are changing rapidly. Together, we've changed America for the better. Now we have 74 days to finish the term, our term. Let's make every day count. That's the responsibility we have to the American people. Look, folks, you all know it in your lives. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. Setbacks are unavoidable, but giving up is unforgivable. We all get knocked down. But the measure of our character, as my dad would say, is how quickly we get back up. Remember, a defeat does not mean we are defeated. We lost this battle. The America of your dreams is calling for you to get back up. That's the story of America for over 240 years and counting. It's a story for all of us, not just some of us. The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith. I'm so proud to have worked with all of you. I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you all. God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There he goes. There he goes. Oh, Joe Biden. Here to comment on Russia calling bomb threats. Oh, give it a rest, Doug. Doug, I'm going to tell you right now. You've got less than 4 years to get your shit together and win this next election. That type of shit is going to cause you to lose in a bigger landslide, and you're going to have President J.D. Vance for 8 years. It is your choice whether you want that or not. But I'm telling you right now, here are the following things I don't ever want to hear again in my chat. Russia, Russia, Russia. Don't want to hear no more about it. Mueller, no more about it. Fascism, no more about. Don't want to hear no more about this. You lost. Take these lies and take these talking points and this bullshit and put it right in this bag right here. Garbage, right in the trash, because that's where it belongs. Change the tactics. Change the tactics. Fresh. Come with fresh stuff. Back to the drawing board. Figure out things. What you did wrong. And get better. That's how you win. You don't win by going back to the same old stuff. Same old talking points. Same old bullshit. Same old lies. Talking points are good if they're legitimate talking points, but y'all push lies. You're just going to keep losing if you keep doing that. Oh, wow. Hey, I like that. Get some money back. Russia did not want Trump to win. There's no evidence of that. That's just some stuff you're saying. You got to come up with new tactics. The American public is not buying the Russia stuff because you screamed wolf for 8 years and no wolf ever came. So you see, once Russia invaded Ukraine under Joe Biden, you have to understand the American public, a majority of them went, oh, that's weird. Why didn't they do it when their agent was in the White House? You know what I mean? So you just have to get, like, a lot of you don't have critical thinking skills. As we talked about the other day, you don't have a voice in your head. You don't go over things. So if you would just listen to me, I'll tell you what's working and what that shit doesn't work because, and it doesn't matter how you feel. What I said is true. I took you down a logical road. Russia, 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 Russia. Nothing happens under Trump. Biden gets in. Russia invades Ukraine. The American people say, well, why didn't they do it under Trump? Because Trump's their guy. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. That was the death of Russia, Russia, Russia. That was the end of it. Because everybody got to see that actually it was Trump that kept Russia from going into Ukraine. Russia invaded under Obama and they invaded under Biden. Russia is strengthened by Democratic leadership. That is what we learned. There is proof of that. It's documented. You can go lie to somebody else. I will not continue this conversation because what I just said is like 1, 2, 3. We're done here. Knockout blow. Okay, y'all got to learn to take L's. You've got to learn to take L's. You've got to learn when you get handled by somebody to shut your mouth, go back to the drawing board. You can't just keep repeating the same lie that just got slapped out of your mouth. You just got backhanded across the mouth. Lie went flying across the room. Leave it across the room. This is how you get better. You want to get to my level, you have to stop. You have to learn how to lose and change up your shit. If you're wrong, you don't go back and go, no, I was right about everything. You guys are just stupid. No, it's not how it works. You have to analyze why you lost. Trump did it. Trump did it. Why can't you? Trump had people early voting. He changed up tons of his tactics. Started doing more podcasts. You guys lose and you triple down on what made you lose. And that's why you will continue to lose. If you want 8 years of JD Vance, go right ahead. Keep doing it. Go right ahead. And yes, JD Vance is the front runner for 2028. Why are these guys sitting in Discord acting like they're smarter than me about politics? You have been consistently wrong. I have been consistently right. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. You don't know more than me about this stuff. I was the only one that said Michigan would go Trump. No, no. I said it. I said he would sweep all the swing states. I said it would be decimation. What does decimation mean? Lord, y'all. Y'all want to change history. Y'all was sitting in that Discord calling me stupid for the shit I was saying. Well, I ain't so stupid now, am I? You still want to run your mouths. You all need to humble up and learn to show people respect when they make you look dumb. Y'all are such sore losers, bro. Then y'all try to backpedal and go, no, I had Trump winning too. You didn't have Trump winning? No, you did not. Stop. Stop BS. These motherfuckers was arguing with me every goddamn day. Running their fucking mouths. It's all documented. All your little tweets, all your little posts are documented. So I don't know why y'all trying to lie and backpedal now. You motherfuckers got no shame, bro. I'll tell you what. This motherfucker's in here talking about Russia. You ain't figured out yet that the American people don't give a fuck about that? Why don't you shut up about that? Why don't you realize it's fake and made up? Russia sent bomb threats. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. You fucking believe everything you hear from liberal media. Nobody sent a goddamn bomb threat. Everything is Russia. Until you all take accountability for why you lose elections, you will never win again. Tulsi Gabbard's probably going to end up being the first female president on the Republican side because you all were too dumb to run her. You all were too stupid. Y'all wanted a woman so bad. You had a great woman, a veteran. She could talk. She's hot. I mean, you had it. Tulsi Gabbard should have been who you ran, really. But you couldn't run Tulsi Gabbard because you've lost her because you've become insane, and even she won't side with you no more. Ah, man. Remember when JD Vance was picked and I came on here and said this is a great pick and you all argued with me? And now everybody agrees that JD Vance was a great pick. I'm ahead of the game. You're not. Israel. Defending terrorism and crying about Israel all day ain't winning elections either. Might want to change the tactics up. Might want to stop supporting terrorism, stop supporting weird trans shit, stop. Maybe just stop. Maybe the move right now is just shut up for a while and listen to people and observe and think. Maybe you guys have talked enough and you should shut up for a little bit and listen. Listen to people who were right about the election, have been right more than you. Start listening, start humbling yourself. That's what I did years ago. You keep losing to these people, you keep getting proven wrong, and you will not accept it. You will not change. Feel sorry for you. Lying has consequences. And you've lied so much that you played yourselves. Hey, I tried every day to tell you. I tried to warn you that he was going to win in a landslide every fucking day. Y'all called me stupid. Well, who's stupid now? Well, you're too confident. You're gonna look stupid. I knew Trump was going to win because in 2020, I would come on here and say he was going to win, and people had legitimate arguments. They had legitimate reasons for why he was going to lose. But this time, there was nothing. There was literally nothing but Nazi, fascist, racist, sexist. That was all you guys were saying. You had no legitimate arguments. And once I realized you all couldn't make a case for her, like every day I'd get on here, well, make the case, make the case. Nobody could. Nobody could explain how she wins. I gave you all opportunity after opportunity to explain it. You couldn't. There was no reason to doubt him winning. You all had nothing. I've never seen you so desperate and lying so bad. And you do realize the damage you've done to yourself, right? You do realize how many voters you lost over this campaign? First of all, you circumvented democracy and installed a candidate while simultaneously saying Trump was a threat to democracy. Donald Trump went through a primary process. Remember, MAGA was retarded, crying about the primary, crying about Trump having to go through it. Turns out that was the right move because it made Republicans look like they actually were for democracy, while Democrats look like they don't care about it. You guys really played yourself. And what you've done and what you don't realize, and you can laugh all you want because like I said, I'm going to explain to you what comes next here. You guys spit so much bullshit rhetoric over the last couple of months that it's going to cost you votes in 20. You know that, right? You know you fucked up bad doing all that, right? Fascism, all that crap you were saying. Because none of that's going to happen. Trump's not going to do any of that stuff you said. And it's not going to take long for all these people that you've driven mad to start realizing you played them. To start realizing they were freaking out over nothing. I read this morning about somebody killed themselves over this shit. Over your rhetoric. Do you think that family will ever vote for Democrats again after they figure out that the Democrats did all this? You guys have really fucked yourself bad for 2020. You will not win 2028. 2028 will not be close. You will not have a good, strong candidate to run. It will be J.D. Vance and either DeSantis, Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, who knows who the VP may be. I mean, 2028 is going to be, there's going to be I don't even think there'll be a primary. I think it'll just be Vance. I think everyone will rally around Vance because I think Trump's going to do such a good job over the next 4 years that no one's going to want to go against Trump's endorsement. And it's just going to be Vance. And then everyone's going to be vying for the VP position. And you have a lot of guys who could step into that position. Republicans are strong. They have strong candidates for the future. They have a strong future. All they have to do is deliver now. If Trump delivers, you're done. I've been saying this for weeks. This is what you guys are really scared of. You're not scared of fascism. You all know that's fake. What you're scared of is Trump winning, fixing everything, and then you're fucked. You're fucked. Because no one's going to support you in 2028. Project 2025 is not happening. None of that's happening. Pushing all that was such a bad idea. I tried to warn you. The public's not, no, the public doesn't respect the left. The public just rejected the left. Nice try. And we don't even know who's going to storm the Capitol. It's way too early to be talking about any of that. It's way too early to be acting like you guys aren't going to get violent. We still have over 70 days. And you guys have not changed anything. The media is going nuts. You're in here talking about Russia. Bashir would probably be a good candidate. Shapiro probably be good. Whitmore, go ahead and mark her off your list. She would lose. You really think it's smart to run another woman? You're going to run a woman again? Because you're not having much luck running the women. You need a strong man who pushes common sense, does not push any of the woke stuff. I've seen Ian Malcolm saying they need to nominate a progressive. Are you insane? That would be the worst move for Democrats. Democrats need to move away from the progressives. They need to move away from the woke crap. They need to move more to the center. They need a moderate liberal who's willing to go out there and say, look, this trans stuff is ridiculous. I don't support it. You need a liberal like that. You need a liberal who can come in and get people to go, oh, okay, they're starting to calm down now. This guy's got sense. They really need a Donald Trump. They need someone to come into their party and take it over. And just take over. They need it badly. And I don't think it's coming. My prediction is they get worse. They get even worse. They make fools of themselves for the next 4 years. They fight Trump on progress, on Trump trying to fix the country. They fight him tooth and nail to stop him, which is going to turn voters off. They're fucked. They do not control social media anymore. Therefore, they're not going to be able to lie like they've been lying the last Trump administration. You guys are fucked. I hope you realize you're fucked. Losing Elon was a big mistake for you guys. That was a massive mistake. I don't know why you decided to piss off the richest man in the world. But you pissed him off to the point where he took over X and overspent on it just to stop you all from controlling the narrative. Glenn Youngkin, that's another guy. That's another guy that's, Republicans got a lot of good guys, man. Republicans are in good shape. Vance is the guy. Vance is the successor to Trump. That's why Trump picked him. I'm sorry you guys are delusional and don't think that. I don't know why you don't like Vance. He did fantastic in all these interviews. He was a fantastic candidate. He can talk very well. He looks like a normal guy. He looks like a professional guy. He's got a great family. I mean, everything you would want out of a politician, he's got it. So I don't understand why this resistance to Vance. I get why liberals don't want him around because he's going to dominate you. But if you're a Republican, that's your guy. I mean, that's your guy. More than DeSantis, because he has a charisma to him that DeSantis doesn't have. He can talk. I mean, he did 3 hours plus on Rogan and handled it fine. I mean, that's what people want. That's the future. Get ready to see more politicians doing podcasts and things like this because that's what people want. Why do you think Fetterman went on? Fetterman gets it. Fetterman gets it. Fetterman's a lot smarter than a lot of these Democrats. Something about that stroke shook his ass up. He's a lot more clever than they are. And that's why he'll win his reelection. Because he's got sense enough to go on Rogan. He's got sense enough to seem like a normal guy who can talk for a couple hours and have a conversation and not just push talking points on you. The talking point era is over. You guys got to wake up. You got to realize you got to change your tactics, man. Trump ran a flawless campaign. No, they don't need to run no more women. Take a break from running the women. Because, look at the numbers. Democrats did very poorly with men. They're losing male voters, which is no surprise. They keep attacking men every day. So you got to get a strong male candidate that men want to vote for. Men aren't going to vote for a woman unless she's an extraordinary woman, and they don't have anybody like that to run. So I would just, I would just run a man. I would just run a dude. I would run somebody that's. I would clean house. If they put me in charge of the DNC, I would clean house. I would. There would be no more talk of transgenders. There'd be none of this. There'd be um, I mean, you can reach out to the gay community and stuff, but what you got to do, this trans stuff is hurting them. It's hurting them. I mean, it was used against her. Trump talked about it a ton. I told Junie, that the trans stuff would come back to bite them. They ran a terrible campaign. And it's a good thing they lost because if they would have won, it's a bad omen for our country. Like it's a bad precedent that you can run a candidate like this and they can still win. That the blue, no matter who, went out the window. And I said this many times. I had a lot of people telling me blue, no matter who, they'll vote blue. I told you, how many times did I tell you? No, you're underestimating the country. That people are not going to vote for Kamala. I told you, she's too bad of a candidate. Trump is named as White House Chief of Staff. Susan Summerall Wells has served as the Trump campaign's co-chair since April, and before that worked on several other Republican campaigns. He is now the Chief of Staff. I mean, you lost Nevada, you lost Arizona, you lost Wisconsin, you lost Michigan, you lost Pennsylvania, you lost North Carolina. And Elon made a great post where he talked about how if you're shocked by this result, you must not have been on X. Yeah. The reason I was not shocked is because I'm on X. That's where I get my news. And X is the best honest news source you can find. That's why I was not shocked. Because what I'm looking at every day is, oh my God, like fuck. They got nothing to say. Trump is dominating. But if you watch cable news, you're like, oh yeah, Kamala, she's gonna win. Of course. You guys are just being fed propaganda all day. That's why you're so shocked. I'm not some goddamn psychic or some shit that knows the future. I just have better sources of information. I have better news sources than you people. This is why I'm right more than you are. If you would scroll down my timeline every day on Twitter, you'd know what I know because I retweet it all. But you're too stupid to do that. I make it real easy for you idiots, but you're still too stupid to scroll down my timeline and go, oh, here's all this shit. You better not pee on nothing. I'll tell you what, because we're about to go out. All right, looks good, looks good, looks good. We about to go out. So glad I closed the next 2 days. Don't got to get up tomorrow till 11 o'clock. Oh, that's nice. You see, they were still in the Discord today going, the economy's great. I don't understand it. Like, you're still gaslighting. You're still like, nothing's changed. It's the same shit. I don't understand what's wrong with these people. The economy's great. I don't know why. The economy is not great. Well, the stock market's doing great. The stock market is one metric of the economy. You can't just look at the stock market and go, oh, when the stock market was up under Trump, you all would say that the stock market didn't matter. You used to say it every day. You think I don't remember this shit? Y'all was like clowning. Anytime I said, oh, the stock market's up, y'all would go, oh, that doesn't mean anything, Smokey. That don't mean nothing. And now when I go, well, it doesn't mean anything, you all go, oh, no, Smokey, who told you that? You! You told me that, retard! I mean, these people, I've been dying laughing for ever since you won. I've been dying laughing for weeks, quite frankly. Months. I've just been patiently waiting for this day so you all would lose and I can laugh at you. I knew it was coming. I remember bringing up the stock market under Trump, and I remember you motherfuckers, the same people going, the stock market doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't mean nothing. Just because that's up don't mean nothing. Now they use it to try to prove a point. You can't, which is it? Not only was the stock market up under Trump, but every single one of us had more money in our pocket. Y'all can just keep gaslighting all you want, but it ain't working. Keep on, though, I guess. Let me know how it works out for you. It's worked very well so far, huh? It's worked so well so far. Dude, I feel sorry for some of them because, like, the things they say in the Discord is crazy to me. Like, they're defending income tax, and they're like, well, prices can't go down. That's deflation. That's bad. Who told you that? An economist. Oh, okay. You believed it, huh? Yeah, Smokey, if the price will go into a depression. So if the price of food goes down, we'll all be struggling and poorer than ever. That don't make much sense to me. It seems like you guys are just regarding things you're hearing from other people that you think are smart. And what you don't realize is they're liars. They have an incentive to lie to you. So they got you believing that if the prices go down, if the price of eggs go down, somehow you're getting fucked. It's a bad sign. You believe this? They literally have people going, if the prices drop, that's bad. And these people tell me they're not brainwashed. No, they're not brainwashed for anybody. No, they're just smart. They're just so smart as they defend taxes and they defend inflation and all this shit. Hey, these same people told me every day inflation was 2.4% when literally the price of everything's 20-30% higher than it was 4 years ago. It's only up 2%. Can't just lie about everything, guys. You'll grow up one day and realize that. Come here. One of the biggest fantasies in this stream every day that I hear is, I've got an ego. It couldn't be further from the truth. The truth is this: you all have the ego. You all are unwilling to question your own beliefs. So when I say things, you flip the fuck out and have a nervous breakdown about it. You're unwilling to even question these narratives. I'm not sitting here telling you I'm an economist. No. I'm not arguing economics with you. I have a very simple argument. I don't trust these people saying this stuff, and I have every reason not to trust them. Can you wrap your head around that argument? I'm not sitting here going, I'm an economist. I know all about the economy. I know how it works. No, I don't know how it works. But I do know these people lie, and they lie a lot, and they have an incentive to lie, and they're paid to lie. So I don't trust them. So if they say things that seem a little silly to me, until someone comes along and can prove that it's not silly, which none, because when you ask questions about it, they have no answers. They have none. What do you mean if the prices go down, it's bad for us? What are you talking about? Oh, shut up, fascist. That's not an argument. Come here, Miracle. Be still. Backwards. Just relax. Just relax. Whack. We get out a lot quicker if y'all just stand still. We're getting stupid. Stop. So I can untangle it. Stop. I'm going. I'm gonna get a water bottle, so spraying you in the face when you do that shit. Stop. You'll go to lick me, and I'll go. You'll say, stop. Stop. I'm trying to untangle this. Wait, just back up. Shit. All right, let's go out. I'll be back in a second. Correct. Marshall. $4 eggs. Totally normal. If the prices go down, that's bad for our country. It means we're in a Great Depression. Okay. Who told you that? World leading economist, Nobel Peace Prize winner. Oh, I don't believe him. I'll take my chances with Trump. Thank you, though. You think you know more than the Nobel Prize winner? Um, maybe. Maybe I do. What do I need? A lighter? I'm not leaving this laptop sitting here to go grab a lighter. Mhm. Oh, it's in my pocket. Didn't even have to come in here. I'm here, Marshall. Okay. Time to smoke. Now what? The FBI is aware of defensive and racist text messages sent to individuals around the country and is in contact with the Justice Department and other federal authorities on the matter. What? What's this about? I got an offensive text. I just blocked the guy. I didn't know who it was. Block him. See what Trump's lawyer said. Oh my God. Look at this. They're attacking Rogan heavy. They're so dumb, dude. Like,
They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand that they used to have him on their side and they pushed him away. And instead of trying to get him back, they're gonna push him even further away. Keep going, liberals. Keep fucking it up. They got no sense, man. Crazy. Divorced my wife over the election. We have 2 kids. Trump won again, and my wife, who has watched me preach endlessly about Kamala and decency and, basic human rights, voted for him again. This morning, she actually stuck a Trump 2024 bumper sticker on the minivan. Minivan. Our poor kids ride around in this thing. Embarrassing behavior from a grown man. Trump appointed the first female chief of staff in history. She ran the campaign. Wow. She reined him in. She reined Trump in, got him disciplined, led him to victory. Looks like a grandmama. We can listen to this.
Donald Trump has just announced moments ago that he is going to name Susie Wiles, his campaign co-chair, to be the chief of staff of his presidency once he gets to office starting in January. And I do want to read you the statement here. He says, Susie Wiles just helped me achieve one of the greatest political victories in American history and was an integral part of both my 2016 and 2020 successful campaigns. Susie is tough, smart, innovative, and is universally admired and respected. Susie will continue to work tirelessly to make America great again. It is a well-deserved honor to have Susie as the first ever female chief of staff in United States history. I have no doubt that she will make our country proud. As we talked about earlier today, Susie had been the top contender going into this. She is someone who makes Donald Trump feel comfortable. She is also someone who has really lasted the longest in Donald Trump's orbit, a place that is known for knife fighting and backstabbing. She has been loyal to the former president, a constant by his side since he left office in 2021. One thing I will say, Jake, she had some stipulations that he clearly agreed to, telling one source that she didn't want the clown car to be able to have access to the White House at any time, meaning those people who they don't want near Donald Trump. She clearly won that argument. She will be the first female chief of staff in United States history.
That's huge news. I am interested in learning, and maybe you can make a list of the people who would qualify as the clowns, because I'm sure everybody has their different take on who might constitute members of the clown car. But that is interesting news, and she certainly ran Donald Trump's most professional campaign. Kristen Holmes with the breaking news. Thanks. Scott Jennings still with us. Scott, your reaction?
Oh, great pick. I think what was said in the statement is absolutely true. She's universally respected in the party. The organization of the campaign and the fact that he stuck with the leadership team all the way through, I think, is a testament to just what a great job that she did. Being the first female chief of staff in the White House, I think, is a huge marker for both President Trump and the Republican Party. So I think if she can bring the kind of discipline and organization to the White House that she just ran this campaign with, Donald Trump's got a really good chance to get off to a great start and begin achieving objectives right out of the way. So you're going to get a lot of attaboys from across the Republican spectrum for picking Susie Wiles tonight.
All right, Scott Jennings, thanks so much. We'll be
It's going to be interesting. First of all, he has to put RFK in that spot he said he was going to put him in. He's going to do what he said. If he doesn't do these things, he's done. He's done. He can never run again, but man, he'll go out sad. He has an opportunity to go out great, the greatest president ever. But if he doesn't deliver on all these things, going out sad, he'll go down as a failure. If he starts saying, no, I'm not going to have Elon, or I'm not going to have this or that, that's a bad move. I don't think he cares, though, honestly. I don't think he cares about the establishment, the bureaucracy, or any of it. So I think he will do it. I mean, just gut, he needs to gut the government. Let's just gut them. Just leave it nice and small. Our federal government should, first of all, our military, that should be one of their number one priorities, is to defending the country. That includes our border. This is why it's so ridiculous that the border was open like that because, the federal government, if anything, that's the one thing they should be doing is securing our border and protecting us from threats. And if they can't handle that, then what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? You don't like that pick, T West? For the $2. I don't know who that is that you're asking me about. It'll be very interesting. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors, for
Yeah, Jimmy, those poor Americans, maybe they wouldn't be so poor if they could get some of those jobs that you keep giving to illegal aliens, other people who have come here. It ain't just about illegal aliens. It's also about you can't just you can let people come here, but you don't need to let them flood in like it's like an insane amount because what about American citizens? What about the fact that they need jobs? Well, they're not going to do these jobs. It's so insulting the way they talk about Americans. Oh, they're not going to pick strawberries. Yeah, they will. It's just they're not going to do it for what these people are willing to pay these illegals to do it. People come from other countries where they make like shit wages, like terrible wages. So when they come here, they're willing to work for fucking $6 or something, $5. I mean, hell, that's big money to them. And they're sending most of that money home because these people live very bare minimum. I mean, they don't live like us. These people come from hard places, real poor places. So the way they live is very poor already. They get here, they don't need all that money. They send a lot of it home. They send a lot of it home, and we would call it struggle, but it's pretty easy for them. They go and they buy cheap food at the store, real cheap stuff that lasts a while and they can eat it and they don't mind it. They don't mind living like that. They don't mind living off the bare minimum as they build that money up, send it home. Somebody made a good point the other day. I don't know who it was. They were talking about like, how does it benefit our country if they come here and work and send the money to their country? Say it doesn't benefit it. At what point do we start looking around and putting ourselves first? This idea that we're bad people because we don't want to help the entire world at our own expense. Like, we help enough. I mean, how much are we supposed to help here? How much money the government sends out to the rest of the world? I mean, first things first, you got to get these illegals out of here. That's insane that there's millions of illegal citizens in here. And then once you get all those people out of here, then you can really assess where you're at as a country. Do we need immigrant? Do we need to let more legal immigrants in? Or maybe we need to let less in because maybe we're good. Maybe we let a certain amount in every year and that's that. And get over it. We don't have to let the world come here. It's like having a house. It really is. People hate this analogy, but this is what it is. If you leave your front door open, just let people come in and out, it ain't gonna take long for your house to look like shit. First of all, everything in it's gonna be stolen. Anything worth a damn is getting stolen. And you're just gonna be there are gonna be people doing graffiti, shooting up drugs, fucking passed out on your floor, taking shits in the fucking. This is why people have doors and locks on their shit. Because you ain't got nothing nice if you just let everybody come in. And you got to get over the fact that there are some people that are just shit people. And it ain't about race, because there's plenty of black people. They're clean. They got money. They got a place. They take care of things. This ain't about race. This is about just. It could be any color of person. Could be like that. Could be a fucking mess. If I had my way, I would deport some of these Americans out of here for real. And I would keep some of the. If there was an illegal here, but he had a nice place and it looked good and he was working, he wasn't a dude. He was not misbehaving. I would deport somebody like Parr and keep that guy. Wouldn't you? I would. So this ain't about race. I'll send a white boy right out of here for some Mexican dude. I mean, if liberals really want to have this discussion, we can have it. But you ain't gonna like it because you're gonna find out very quickly. No, I'm not a racist. I would actually rather deport your white ass than some of these Mexican guys. Some of these Mexican guys would be working hard. They're here illegally, but they work and they build shit and they get things done. If you really want to have that conversation, okay, I want you out of here, actually. I just want you deported. That's what it's really about, you. Goofy motherfuckers like you who want to hold the country back, want to hold everybody else back. There's nothing radical about wanting to deport Parr. I mean, you want a virtue signal, I'm giving you the ultimate virtue signal where you literally give up your citizenship to an illegal and you go back to their country. Now, who's willing to do that? Who's willing to step up and do that and show how much you care? No, it's got nothing to do with gays. It's got to do with fucking morons. People who lay on the sidewalk all day and shoot up fentanyl. Deport them. Shouldn't you deport them over some illegal alien that's like on a construction site building a house? Who's contributing to society more? What the fuck does gays got to do with anything? When have I ever been anti-gay? Being against the mutilation of the mentally ill has nothing to do with gays. I've said this many times. I have never opposed anything against gays ever. I'm for gay marriage. I don't know about letting gay dudes adopt kids. I just don't. I think you got to think about the child first before anything. The child comes before the two gay guys. And I think if you're going to be gay, you kind of forfeit having a kid, right? I mean, make a choice. You're not forced to be gay. So, I mean, if you want a family and stuff, then have sex with a woman, have sex with a man, whatever. You can do what you want, but I think when you start involving kids, I mean, that's a whole new discussion. We really have to have an honest conversation about the well-being of the child. And this isn't about the gay guys being evil or something. I'm sure there's some decent gay guys out there that wouldn't hurt the kid at all and would take care of the kid, but that's not the point. We have to have a serious discussion as a society, and we have to bring in doctors and the scientific community. We have to really, and people have to be honest, and they have to decide, how does this affect the child? Is this the best thing for a child to be in I mean, you know what I mean? Because you're giving kids, and it used to be adopt kids. Now it's take a kid. It's like take a baby. It's like surrogacy for gays. It's just a little, we're getting in the weeds here. I was all about, okay, some poor kid has nowhere to live. He's abandoned, and these two gay guys, they're going to take him in. But now it's like surrogacy. Go get a woman and make her have the kid. And it's crazy. It's insane. I don't know if I support that. I don't know how I feel about that one. And it's not about molestation because a single or a heterosexual couple molest kids all the time. So this ain't about the sexuality. This is just about how does a kid grow up with two dads? Like how does that affect a child? I don't know. I think we should get more strict with the kid stuff. I think we should be strict on heterosexual couples too, though. I think if you have a child, you should be by law required to stay together for 18 years and raise that kid. And if you all try to divorce anything, unless there's something abuse going on or something like that, there has to be legitimate reason. I don't know. That's kind of, and I think Islam is that because it's like over in like Islamic law, like infidelity, they take that serious. Like they kill motherfuckers over that shit. I think this country they need something like that. I mean, these people are so fucked in the head, and we have a generation of people that have like no parents. It's just a mess. It's a mess. You may seriously need to think about, you know, punishing these people for having kids and just not being willing to stay together and raise the kids. Like maybe as a society, we should start putting kids first. And then people think twice about who they had kids with and had sex with. But there used to be, see, you don't really need the government to step in. What you need is society. Society used to shame people for shit like that. Well, now it's accepted. Got to bring back shame. I mean, you got people dancing naked in the street in front of children. There's no shame no more. They're not ashamed of nothing. Because there was a whole campaign, if you remember, about not being ashamed. Remember all that? Don't be ashamed of who you are. No, actually, sometimes you should be ashamed of yourself. Sometimes you do things that are shameful, and you should be ashamed. And if you don't feel no shame, then how could you ever change? I mean, you're just gonna Something wrong with you, I think, if you fucking don't feel ashamed about nothing. Something broken going on. I don't mean be ashamed forever, but I mean, these people got no shame. Dancing naked in front of a child, waving his dick around in the middle of the street, in the middle of the street. 50 years ago, they'd have beat him to death right there in the street. They'd have killed him right there in that street. They'd have beat that guy to death for doing that in front of that kid. Now, everybody just stands there and goes, all right, ain't that something? Hey, you don't want to end up in a courtroom. Before, there was no court. You know what I mean? There was the sheriff showed up. And what happened here? Hey, he's waving his dick from little Johnny over there. Uh, yeah, we beat the fuck out of him. And the sheriff had sense. The sheriff went, well, I could see why that would happen. And then the sheriff said, well, I'll handle it. Y'all going home. And they went on home, and the sheriff wrote up some bullshit lie and the thing, and that was the end of it. And they buried that fucking pedophile, and they were done with it. And it was a better time. It was a simpler time. It was before the internet. How would anybody know? And what is there to know? This guy's a freak show, waving his dick in front of a kid. They got rid of him, took him out. It was quite normal. It's quite normal to just start beating the shit out of some guy who's waving his dick in front of a child. Quite a normal reaction. Now you got people that believe it's you're crazy. No, the crazy guy's what the one waving his dick in front of the kid. And see, you only got to beat the shit out of one of them. That only has to happen one time. And then the rest of them went, oh shit. Because the whole town just got the guy and beat the fuck out of him. Just beat the shit out of him, stoned him, whatever they do. And then after that, everybody else went, oh yeah, don't wave your dick in front of a kid. Yeah, I wasn't going to do that anyway, but noted. Definitely don't do that. And you didn't need the government to pass a law. You didn't need anything because everybody knew if they caught you doing that, they were going to drag you down the street. You know, an angry mob was going to show up and drag you down the street. Now, of course, this is the only drawback to this is, people get lied about, and then some innocent man gets the shit beat out of him. But we're way past that when we have a videotape of you waving your dick in front of the kid in the middle of the street with a crowd watching you. We're way past false allegations. I mean, we've got tons of evidence against you here. We've got our own eyes, seen this. Pretty soon, though, you'll be able to say, that's AI, that's AI. That's an AI video. It wasn't me. And people will say, oh, maybe it is AI. You'll have a magnifying glass out. You'll be looking. Maybe that's AI. You won't know. New York City ends its ridiculous voucher program to feed illegal migrants. Trump's changing the game, I'm telling you. Daddy's coming home. Say, Smokey, it was rigged. And if Trump gets 83 million votes, that's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. It probably wasn't rigged, but I just like saying that because they get so upset. I've already explained why Trump lost. That's old news. I've already explained why he won this one. I know all. I can't click that. What is that? Put it in the Discord. Oh, wait, maybe I can't click it. There we go. No, go to this site. What the fuck? Jimmy Kimmel. Listen.
Rely on Social Security for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet. Let's be honest. It was a terrible
I'm
night.
sure, Jimmy. I'm sure. God, they're morons.
But you put that man's finger on the nuclear button. That man doesn't believe in climate change.
This woman is not happy she's sitting next to a Trump supporter. Watch how her failure to settle down leaves her regretting her choices.
She has called me names and insulted me just for sitting down in the seat, saying that I came here to celebrate today.
Is there going to be a problem?
I would like for him to change seats with someone.
No, I'm going to get somebody. Well, you don't have that right. So I will get somebody to talk.
You pretend you have the moral high ground, but you put that man's finger on the nuclear button. That man doesn't believe in climate change. Do you believe in gravity? Did you know gravity is just a theory?
Excuse me, ma'am. You grab your belongings from me.
Frightening.
We're gonna have to take you off this plane. We're gonna have to take you off this plane right now. Can you grab your belongings and come with me, please? Yes. Can you grab your belongings and come with me?
I paid for this seat and I'm sitting.
Despite her disruptive nature, she believes she's done no wrong and refuses to leave.
He is in my space.
She's causing hostilities.
One or two ways right now. I need you to grab your belongings and come with me. Okay, escort it off the plane. With our transportation police.
I'm going home. My mother-in-law, his mother, died. He had to be. I'm going home. There is no way I'm getting on this plane.
Controller though. He can't get his line.
Fine, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
We're not gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna allow that either.
I'm talking to the captain.
Captain, what's it up? Okay. This one is Captain Mother. Sorry, but I have to actually grab your belongings and come with me.
My husband lost his mother.
Overtron.
Have some respect.
I'm terribly sorry for that, but that does not give you the right to treat people the way you treat them.
What if we trade seats and she quiets down? How would that be?
Apparently at this point, the captain has already been called. It's
Maybe here.
Captain doesn't have his job.
Let's try that.
Please ask him again if we settle down, if that can be okay.
Even after the husband's offer to trade seats, it's a little too late for this couple, and the two were swiftly escorted off the plane.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you grab your belongings from me? We're gonna have to take you off this plane.
I mean, that's your wife in like TV shows and shit. And some women get out of control. Like we're on a plane and we're trying to get to my dead mother, and you're having a nervous breakdown about Trump. Like, what is going on? And like 70 years ago, dude used to just go, it's a quick little slap. And she was like, whoa, what the fuck? And she calmed down and said, oh, damn, I must be getting crazy. Like, damn, he slapped shit at me. I must be losing my man. Am I tripping in here? And then she realized I'm fucking going nuts in this plane, making a fool of myself. I gotta calm down. And she was thankful. She was thankful. Like she thought about it. She was like, man, thank God. Like Damn, I almost got took off his plane. I would have been, oh, that would have been horrible. I was slapped in the mouth, and I'm fine. Come to my senses. A lot of you need to be slapped. A lot of men need to be slapped. Right up in the mouth. Come to your senses. I mean, she was unhinged. She was unhinged, and her husband, he had no control. He didn't know what to do. He was sitting there like, oh, God. When he should have been like, hey, let's relax. We're on this plane. We're on this fucking plane, and if we get thrown off this fucking plane, guess what? Guess what? We're gonna have to sit in the airport or some shit. What is? Get it together. The guy voted Trump. Who cares? Gives a fuck. Fucking grown ass child crying about it on the plane. He says she will protect the illegals in her state.
If
Oh
the
man.
Trump administration requests it, would the Massachusetts State Police assist in mass deportations?
No, absolutely not. But, let me say this. I do think it's important that we all recognize that there's going to be a lot of pressure on states and state officials. And I can assure you, we're going to work really hard to deliver. Some realities also need to be, noted, and that is in 2016, we had a very different situation in the courts. And while I'm sure there may be litigation ahead, there's a lot of other ways that people are going to act and need to act for the sake of their states and their residents. There's regulatory authority and executive powers and the like. There's legislation also within our states. So I think that the key here is that every tool in the toolbox has got to be used to protect our citizens, to protect our residents, and protect our states, and certainly to hold the line on democracy and the rule of law as a basic
They're gonna
principle,
lose
right?
2028. It's in the bag. It's in the bag. 2028. This is easy. I mean, they're gonna lose. I mean, she's gonna work overtime to get them to lose Massachusetts. She's gonna be. I'm telling you, 2028. You're gonna see some blue states. Which ones they're gonna be, but there's gonna be at least one big flip to JD Vance because these people are stupid. They're gonna do another 4 years of nonsense. And if Trump does a good job, everyone's gonna remember how bad Biden was, and they're gonna say, "Well, Trump did pretty good. Things are looking up." And they're not gonna want to put the Democrats back in, especially if the Democrats have been acting like little children for the last 4 years. There's no way. That's my prediction. 4 years of them acting like little kids, little brats. Trump success, and going into 2028, they'll run some idiot. Um, who knows who it'll be, but he'll get decimated. Vance will decimate whoever the fuck it is. Good luck running against Vance. He destroyed Tim Walz. Destroyed that clown. JD has no charisma. Oh, brother, you sound dumb. How could you say something like that? He sounds silly. JD Vance is a force. JD Vance will win 2028 with ease. I don't know who the VP will be, but he'll have Trump's endorsement. And so that seals the Republican primary right there. DeSantis has no chance. DeSantis really shot himself in the foot running against Trump. That was a mistake. It was a massive mistake, and it's probably going to stop him from ever becoming president. Because JD Vance is the guy. Like, JD Vance will be the guy. He will be the Republican nominee. I don't know why you guys are even arguing about this. Donald Trump's endorsement is everything for that position. It's going to be Vance who's going to get it. That's why he picked him as his VP. JD Vance is locked in for that nomination. So the only question is who's going to be the VP, because that's why he put Vance in that position, because he wants him right there with him. So he's ready for 2028. So he's been right there next to the president, learning, seeing how it works up close. That's why he was given that spot. He's really good. So if they try to kill Trump, Vance steps right in, and Vance can handle it, and he can beat them in 2028 easily. So killing Trump really doesn't. I mean, it's not going to solve the problem at this point, because you got Vance right there, and they don't like him either. I don't put it past them to try and kill him again, though. They're unhinged. They seem so calm right now and defeated, but I'm telling you, this is an illusion. There's something cooking in behind the scenes. Something's cooking up. They got something up their sleeves. If not, the Democrats, the voters, some of these crazed voters, some of these clowns like Destiny and stuff, you think they're just gonna sit there and just be cool with this? No, they're gonna. Who knows what they might do? Maybe they go down to the Capitol. Maybe they start getting on there fucking losing it. Right now, they've been slapped around and handled, but they're gonna get back up. There's nobody to give them a rallying cry. It's kind of sad. Like there's nobody that can step up and go, get up on your feet, let's go. They don't have anybody. There's no inspiration on that side. It's just pathetic. Newsom is terrible. Newsom has no chance. The Bashir's good. Shapiro, Tim Walz. I mean, you got to be out of your fucking mind if you run Tim Walz. Whitmore, zero chance. ALC, nah. ALC, nah. She's kind of a dummy. Mark Kelly, I can see Mark Kelly stepping up. You need a strong man. You need a real man's man type of guy to step into that nomination. You have to win men back. And JD Vance is a man. I mean, he's got fucking guns, he's got a wife, he's got kids. He acts like a dude. He doesn't act like a fucking woman. So that's what you're up against. And he's got Trump right beside him. Trump's going to be campaigning for him in 2028. And he's going to be doing rallies for Vance. So you're going to still have Trump in 2028. See, you guys think Trump's going to be gone. No, Trump's going to campaign in 2028. You're going to be running against Trump. Whether you like it or not, you're running against him again. He's not going to be on the ballot, but he's going to be out there campaigning. Because that's in your coffin. That's getting his successor across the finish line to defeat you in 4 years. That's why he picked Vance. Some of you seem confused about why it was Vance. It was a young guy who can serve 8 years and who doesn't sound like a fucking moron. JD Vance is not a moron. I mean, to me, 2028's over. All Trump has to do is deliver. It's that simple. You got to deliver on everything that he's going to do. It's over. You have no chance. You really have no chance. Because you're underestimating JD Vance already. You're still sitting there going, "Oh, he's not." Until you stop lying to yourself. My God, gaslighting yourself. JD Vance is a force of nature. You're in for a tough battle. You better get prepared. You better start thinking. You got 4 years to think about who you're gonna put up against that guy. So why not spend those 4 years getting the right guy? Got plenty of time to get the right guy.
Do not do Whitmore. That oh my god. Actually, yes, do Whitmore. What am I saying? Go ahead. Yes. Yes, Whitmore. Run the woman who took a piss in the face of fucking Catholics during a goddamn presidential election. Yeah, we know how it works out. Y'all want to run the dumbest people? I swear to God. Whitmore is a fucking retard. Fucking mocked Catholics. I mean, why do that when there's a fucking election going on? Another godless demon. Looks like a demon. Looks like she's got the life force sucked out of her. She looks like, you ever seen a movie where it's like they have like a woman who's got makeup on to make her look like she's I don't know, she's a vampire or something, right? That's Whitmore looks like that naturally. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you've ever seen a movie, they got like a woman, this is a woman from the underworld or something. And you can see they got makeup on her face, something to make her look kind of paler. She looks a little dark under the eyes. That's fucking Whitmore. Let's get on Russ Larson. Only 7 o'clock. I don't work till 12:30 tomorrow. I got plenty of time. We'll build a base. I need to download that Elgato shit. I'm buying that fucking COD. That shit sucks. Don't have money for it anyway. Buy it for me. I'll get on it. Al Kalinski's a fucking retard. The o- their only answer for decades of failure is to move further right. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Kyle. Obama was president for 8 years. Biden for 4. That's 12 goddamn years, Kyle. I mean, that's a lot of Democrat rule. So if the country's failing, well, that would be your fault, Kyle. Trump was only president for 4 years. And those 4 years were way better than Obama's and way better than Biden's. And if you want to talk about George W. Bush, well, he sides with the Democrats now. So You're voting with those people. Don't you get it? You retards don't understand that? You're voting with W. Bush, you're voting with Obama, and you're voting with Clinton and all these people that suck. Retards. Retard. He's probably in the Illuminati. I think this Elgato set up. He's a fucking weirdo. He has sex anxiety. Fag. John Fetterman tweeted? Is this really Fetterman? That's a real fucking tweet. Oh my god. There's no way is this Fetterman's account? Pennsylvania is going to count every last vote. That's not controversial. That's the law. Also, green dipshits votes helping elect the GOP. Oh man. Unbelievable. Is that really him?
The previous world order is irreversibly becoming a thing of the past. One could say has become a thing of the past.
The president of the Russian Federation just a few hours ago today came out and made a truthful statement. He said the monopolar world order that was set up after World War II, where the United States was the dominant force in the world, is over. And that the globalists that have been running America have basically driven the rest of the world away from us. So the very same globalists that have hijacked America with the private Federal Reserve in 1913 and the expansion of the deep state in 1947 with the National Security Act of the CIA, up into what we see today with Homeland Security and Mayorkas directly at war with our very sovereignty and existence, now attempting to start World War III with the Russians, is a manifestation of the globalists that have been not just enslaving us and using our money and treasure and energy to dominate the world, but also hurting American power and destroying our name on the planet. And at a certain point, the planet is turning against that. Now, as America had its power used and sapped to build this big BlackRock private central bank New World Order, the globalists openly said at the Trilateral Commission and CFR that down the road they just blame us and have America collapse and blame all the evil on America. But instead, world leaders around the world and our people here at home and many members of Congress and President Trump understand that the country has been hijacked and that we are in a process of taking it back, and that it's not in general the U.S. government, but the globalists that hijacked it that are to blame. And they were hoping to then, as they destroyed America, building their world government, would blame America and then pose as the saviors with their new central bank digital currency, global government, cashless society system. And that the whole world, during the economic collapse that they've been engineering, would look at them as the saviors and would turn all control over our lives to them in the name of saving the earth from global warming. We would accept carbon lockdowns and national ID cards and travel restrictions and forced injections and UN pandemic treaties that could put people in camps if they criticized lockdowns. They thought they could get away with building the system, sucking America dry, selling our jobs out overseas, having the United States dominate the planet, and when they were done, get rid of us and move on as the saviors. That's not happening now, and populists all over the world are getting elected and saying no to the globalists, and they're rightfully getting the blame for orchestrating most of the problems that we see in our world today. So when Putin talks about and uses a music analogy of having a lot of different notes and a lot of different things going on in the music other than just one monotone. He's talking about the music of lots of powerful nations and blocs that then operate in their own sphere but also interface with the other spheres, and that brings diversity to the world, just like diversity in business or culture or, as he used the analogy, music. And that's absolutely true. And the globalists want to pick and choose what nations win, what corporations win. They engage in economic warfare against the people of the West while parlaying our power into international operations to increase theirs. And that is where the Russians and the American people and the people of Canada, Australia, Europe, all have a common enemy in the BlackRock-controlled private central banks. And the same private central banks and private families that own BlackRock are the same ones that set up the private Federal Reserve here in 1913. And now you have the head of the Federal Reserve, shockingly today, though it's actually true what he said, he didn't care about the president. President has no power. President can't fire him. And the courts can't fire him.
Hi, Victoria Guido with Politico. Some of the president-elect's advisors have suggested that you should resign. If he asked you to leave, would you go?
No.
Can you follow up on, do you think that legally you're not required to leave?
No.
Do you believe that the president has the power to fire or demote you, and has the Fed determined the legality of a president demoting at will any of the other governors with leadership positions?
Not permitted under the law.
Not what?
Not permitted under the law.
Thank you.
And they try to act like Congress can't, but Congress can. Congress created the private run for profit Federal Reserve. Congress in the Constitution has the power of the purse. So it's one thing to get rid of the Democrats. It's one thing to have the trifecta in Congress right now. But we also need to get rid of the private Federal Reserve. It needs to be nationalized. The private owners of it need to have their shares stripped. Talk about a monopoly. It needs to be transferred back to the people of America. So this huge Federal Reserve announcement we'll play in a moment dovetails with what Putin is talking about. And it's the private Federal Reserve through the U.S. with monetary policy and sanctions that's been waging war against Russia as well. And you know they're the ones that call the shots through the federal government with our private dictators, the Federal Reserve, to blow up the Nord Stream pipeline, doubling the prices of energy in Europe, and then blaming Putin for it. So there is a quickening right now as not just other nations stand up to the globalist, but the American people and the people of the West do as well. Now Xi Jinping, certainly no cupcake, certainly not a good guy, came out and said, listen, I'm willing to work with Trump right now. We need to stop these wars right now because Xi Jinping understands with the globalists, they won't even communicate with him in an honest way. Putin said that too. Putin and Xi Jinping respect Trump because when he talks to them, he's straight up and tells them what he stands for, and then they usually capitulate to a lot of it because it's so refreshing to actually know that the person they're talking to is in charge and will actually do what he says. So this is an incredible time to be alive. Again, the old New World Order, the globalist merger of the British Empire after World War II with the United States, is coming to an end. And there is a new order in the world that's certainly not a bed of roses and certainly isn't perfect, but it shows the weakening influence and control of the globalists that were the dominant force and are the death cult and are the transhumanists and are at war with the people of the West and at war with Christianity and at war with classical open capitalism. They are monopoly capitalists or more akin to fascist who use social control and a form of cultural communism to control the grassroots, but they themselves are above it and are kingpins who are fabulously rich. And as the world wakes up to this and the people wake up to this and we have real debates about the privately owned Federal Reserve, we are so close to being able to abolish it. It's almost passed Congress before when Ron Paul was in Congress, and now we are so close. This is an idea whose time has come, and as Ron Paul used to always love to say, it's happening. And now he's working with Elon Musk and President Trump. The word is he'll be coming in as an advisor in Elon Musk Efficiency Commission. This is exciting. This is a revolution against tyranny. The globalists want you poor, controlled, so they can dictate the terms of your surrender. That's what the WEF reset is. That is the policy of making you poor so that you will eat the bugs and you'll like it, and controlling where you can go and what you can do. They're building a prison planet, and if we just identify that and say no and reject it, they'll never get away with it. But you've got to admit it's happening. You've got to learn who the players are. And when I started out 30 years ago, most people knew none of this information. Now, this information is exploding. It is the most popular information. It is the hottest information, and it's based on reality. So the domesticated sleeping giant that is humanity is waking up out of their trance and then discovering the real world around you. You don't have to even listen to me. You're not getting my worldview. It's not some weird political twisted perspective that's meant to distract you. I'm pointing out how the real world works, and if you'll simply go investigate it, you'll find out I'm telling you the truth. And then you'll start doing your own research, and you'll understand the New World Order, death cult, depopulation, transhumanist cult are really, really evil and really selfish and twisted and on amazing power trips and extremely arrogant. But their arrogance is draining away really fast. So have we won? No. But Trump's reelection is a major historic victory. It's bigger than a beachhead, and we're going to win the war when people realize globalism and the New World Order means enslavement and depopulation and death and austerity. And the other way is the new Renaissance and a pro-human future where we work towards open transparency and freedom and individual human enlightenment and empowerment, where we promote leaders in industry and in academia and in government and in culture that are pro-team humanity. It's an incredible time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. And I am so excited about what's happening, but the enemy's going to strike back. We're tracking all their activities, and we're several steps ahead of them. And I am just blessed to still be on the air despite all the attacks right now. We could be shut down next Wednesday. InfoWars is up on the chopping block, federally ordered in bankruptcy. We've got backup systems set up, but we need the funds to make sure we can operate. We make it easy with great products at thealexjonesstore.com. All the new Trump third term Trump One gear has come in. Beautiful hats, hoodies, shirts, some of the best designs out there. You support Trump, you support free speech, you spread the word, and you support my broadcast, and it's made right here in America. This is a win-win situation, so check out thealexjonesstore.com. And also, don't forget, when you sign up for the VIP program, it's $30 a month, cancel anytime. You get $40 when you sign up, and so you can sign up for 30, get 40, make 10 extra bucks right there, get the great supplements, get the great Patriot apparel, and then you remember that you're a member. It reminds you to come back and support monthly.
What they add on testing branch?
I just want to mention this, and I'll get to your calls. Yesterday it was reported that Camilla finally called President Trump. Now I'm just saying what they said reported. I don't know if you did or not, but and she's like, I guess admitted to the defeat that she lost, right? And so I imagine, and they said the call didn't last very long. So being a black female, I can imagine how she sounded. It was just me just my imagination running away with me. I'm thinking, being a black woman, I can hear her, especially not liking Trump. She calling up, "Hello, may I speak with Donald Trump?" Yes. "Who is this?" "Camilla." "Camilla." "Oh, okay, hold on." Donald Trump gets to the phone. "Hello?" "Hey, Donald, this is Camilla. I just want to congratulate you. All right, on your win. Okay, bye." "Okay, bye." Being a black female, can you imagine that it went that way? Except if she was a black female overcoming her anger to fall state. But apparently, well, yesterday she did give a little speech over at Howard University. And it was interesting, to say the least. I want you to hear just a soundbite from it, a couple soundbites. CBS has reported Vice President Kamala Harris conceded the election to President Donald Trump on Wednesday, urging her supporters to, in a speech delivered from her school, alma mater. That's how you say that? Alma mater. Not to despair, but to continue the fight that fueled this campaign. What fight? She never said what she was fighting for, except abortion. Here's the first soundbite from CBS.
Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power.
Transfer of power.
A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, all the things you remember the Constitution is this? I want Hate to come in for a minute and respond to this.
We'll have to get a new caller.
This so-called congratulations and admitted defeat. Let me go. Here's one more soundbite from Fox News. This is from Fox News. Watch this.
Who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before.
Amazing. What did you think about her? Did you see her speech yesterday, Hake? This is Hake from the Hake Report and one of the experts on JLP Talk.
I caught the beginning of it, and I thought it was classless and angry because both of her comments at the beginning about we accept the results of the election and a peaceful transfer of power and democracy and the Constitution, not loyalty to the president.
Right.
Those are all barbed accusations and attacks on Trump from Trump's first term.
It was probably one of the worst defeated speech I ever heard.
Yeah.
It was angry and nasty. And there was no real congratulations, Mr. Trump. I'm going to work with you, whatever we can do to help to make it work. We got this.
She even used the word transition.
Right.
I shake my head.
and then she finally mentioned the Constitution. I didn't even know she knew we had a Constitution.
I know, huh?
Oh, you know. and she said something like, just because he's the president or something. Or something like that doesn't mean you got to listen to him. You got to listen to the Constitution.
Right.
When did she have that idea?
Only to undermine him.
I'm telling you.
And he's the only one who loves America, who's loyal to the country, and therefore the people who work for him should be loyal to him.
Right.
And then she's like, never stop fighting for making the world a better place. That speech didn't make the world a better place.
It was an undermining speech. It was like sending out a negative message is to, you got to fight Donald Trump all the way.
I think she and her listeners, her fans, if they are fans, should listen to your message of give up the fight.
Right. And she was like, I know y'all feel sad. Something like, I know you feel it sad or something, but don't worry, it's normal to feel sad. That's not normal.
Because they're not working on themselves. They're working on hating the people who they think are hateful.
Right. There was no love involved in that speech at all, no encouragement. No, like, okay, we're going to work together with Trump.
Yeah.
And she never did say what she had done for the country. You know what? I know we lost, but I've been trying to get the border closed. I've been doing this and nothing.
Yep. Because she did nothing. And she doesn't want to face that. She did nothing good anyway.
Nothing good. Zero. Nobody can say one thing good this woman did.
Yeah.
At all while in office. What a mess.
Just the attitude in her voice.
She's a nasty woman. I was listening to her, I'm like, this is a nasty woman.
Indeed.
Nasty female. Where was Biden there?
I don't know.
Was Jill there? Biden's wife.
I don't know.
It was funny. I saw this photo of Jill going to, photo of Jill going to vote, and she was dressed in red. And people were saying that, and I don't know if it's true or not, but people were saying that was a sign out to the Democrats that this is going to be a red wave.
Nice.
And Jill was dressed in red. Lady in red.
Right on, Jill.
It's dancing with me.
I like Dr. Jill now.
What a mess.
You think Joe Biden is happy?
They're in the dark.
If the reports are right, yeah.
Thursday.
Because they're saying that it's been reported that Joe Biden don't get along with Barack and all these people. They don't like one another. Joe Biden's upset that they took this thing away from him. and he's trying to show them he would have done better than this gal. This gal in one county, the whole county, she got 0 vote.
Whoa.
My mama could have got a vote.
Terrible.
My mom, and y'all don't even know her name, Pluck would have got at least 1 vote. Even if it had to be Punch's vote.
That's pretty bad.
What, Matt, did you see it, Nick? Her speech?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
saw
did
it?
end up watching it.
What did you think about it? Nick is the Anchor Baby report.
I remember sensing...
The American Anchor Baby every day at 4 p.m. and expert here as well.
Yeah. I remember sensing a lot of the, similar things there where the comments she was saying were barbs at Trump. I remember sensing some of that, but I didn't quite uncover as much as you guys did. I'm listening to her and I'm thinking, she makes it sound like she is coming from this campaign that has this special story. They're going to save America. But you realize she represents the people that took the mandate from everyone that wants Trump, like everyone that wants normal stuff. She makes it sound like they came from something cool, but you realize that she represents the same old mess.
When she was speaking, I'm like, wow, look at evil. This is the nastiest, most evil,
passive-aggressive
speech I ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Even Hillary was a little nicer than that. A little bit.
Maybe. I don't remember her. I don't remember it being that nasty. I'll tell you that much.
It was her. At least hers a little more like, okay, we lost. It was a little bit better.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything to write home about.
Right.
But it was better than that.
Trump's speech talking about what he said, which I won't repeat for the sake of the channel, that was beautiful. It was loving. It was urging
Get that
peace.
darkness. Get
we
that
have to
darkness.
have peace. What a mess.
Remember, it was reported earlier in the day that she had finally called Trump to admit defeat.
Yeah.
And they said there was a call didn't last very long to phone with him.
Right.
And can you imagine? This woman is like an angry black female. This ain't no angry white female. This is an angry black female calling up Donald Trump. Hello, message, Donald. Yes. Who is this? Camilla. Okay, hold on. And then Donald Trump finally get to the phone. Hello? Hey, Donald, this is Camilla. Oh, hey, Camilla, how you? Fine. Congratulations on winning. Oh, thank you. Okay, bye.
Trump says to her, you guys did a great job. He's being nice, congratulatory. And she says, what you mean I did a good job? She takes it the wrong way.
And just go, okay, bye. So they said the call didn't last long, and I can imagine.
And when she hangs up, she's like, ugh.
What a mess. So, and she did mention Joe Biden.
Oh, did she?
At the very beginning, I believe, she threw his name out there. Well, thank you, Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's wife, whatever her name is. I noticed even she wasn't there. I didn't see her there. Jill Biden.
Yeah. Because they're not welcome in the campaign, maybe.
Evidently.
Joe Biden wore a Trump hat. Remember he put that on?
That would never be forgotten.
It was beautiful.
That would go down in history forever. But amazing.
Yeah.
It was one of the most nasty, defeated speech I ever heard. I just, I heard a few, but I've never heard one that nasty.
Yeah.
Just running with anger and hatred. Ain't nothing worse than the vengeance of a woman. What did the Bible say about that? Speaking of Bible thumping Thursday.
Yeah, a scorned woman.
Oh, yeah.
Hell hath no fury like a scorned woman. That's not a Bible verse, I don't think, but...
Oh, it's not?
It may as well be.
That's not in the Bible?
Don't
the
think
scorn of a woman?
No, but it does say, like a constant dripping is a nagging wife. Something like that. Shout out to the wives.
Well, where did that idea come from? There's nothing worse than a scorn of a woman.
I don't know.
Amazing.
Where is James Carville? Has he said anything yet? He's somewhere having a fucking meltdown. Bill Carville's done lost his fucking mind.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
So, turns out voting works. It's real. As much as we fucking.
Sure. Afraid to leave my cheating girlfriend. Jesus.
Like.
What'd they add on testing?
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about the update happening for us on Rust Console Edition testing branch for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And I'm Shade Monkey. Okay, so a bit of an apology, some confusion happening. I thought the quality of life update had already happened with no testing and then just got pushed to main branch. That was incorrect. Turns out that was just the community server update that came out, which makes sense why that never hit PTB. And the one we currently have is the quality of life update that's sitting in testing branch and should come out by the end of November. I think it was confusing because we had some community server stuff smashed in with the update prior, so I thought those two things were already happening. So I don't know. I'm sure it was my fault, but either way, I had those smashed together. So it makes sense now that we have this. So all of the estimations that we made prior are still standing. Just push it 1 month out. So things like minicopter and the vehicles, the modular vehicles, excuse me, more specifically, I still think are going to be a thing very soon. If not on testing branch by the end of the year, it should be happening at the front end of 2025. Very exciting. And there are a few things here in the patch notes to kind of show you what's going on. So we're going to walk through some of those predictions and also what's happening here on PTB. And all of this should be coming out. I don't know if I said this already, but by the end of November 2024 for realsies this time. So we finally know what's in the patch. I promise. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit some of the patch notes because there's some very pertinent stuff here. Remote C4 can now be activated with the RF transmitter. That's real. Check this out. Let me just go ahead and show you right here. You can now link or pair C4 or turn on the RF function and then set the frequency. I set mine to 2222. You can throw it over here. If you set your transmitter to the same frequency, it'll beep as it has in the past, but then it'll make one final beep and then it's active. I already set off the thing once. This is like take number 52. There we go. Now that these are both on the same thing, we can activate it like so. Beautiful. Yes, yes. Tugboats, beware. Well, double time. Yeah, very nice. Also, actually, we'll just show you right now because it's actually in the list as well. Our armored doors are now legitimately 1,000 HP as opposed to the 800. Very nice. I was wondering when we were now because it's actually in the list. Yeah, very nice. Also,
New Christmas features. Armored doors at 1,000. Banner boxes up. Tesla coil no longer lose durability when it used. Oh man, that's huge.
Oh damn! You can plant seeds in a planter box with one button. All the seeds at once. Added. I don't need to go. Oh, here's some more right here.
Single something, but like there's place UI.
That's some. $700 PlayStation. Now they damn eyes. You crazy if you go out and buy that. You really are crazy. Let's see here. Whew. They for regular Russ? Fuck. Then why load it up? Stupid shit. Summon tedious people. And build a base. T-West login. You gave me your word as a bad. still won. You got to log in. Your loss is going to be a great white. It's your loss. You just lost big. Your girl Kamala got beat too, and Jill Stein. Both your girls got handled. That's why you don't choose a woman. You went into battle with two women, got decimated. Tedious Maple to get logged in. In a dark tunnel. What the fuck? You really said that?